Welcome back to our fish room. This is our fish tour part 2. So the first fish we have are multis. They're shell dwellers. As you can see with all the shells. These guys are very annoying because they dig up all your plants. It's a kind of a pain. You always have to redo them. Don't put these guys in your well-planted tank. Okay, so next we have some sky blue Pandoros. I don't remember the rest, that's all I remember. Sky blue Pandoros. Okay, so this one female's very, very vicious. Do not put any other males with her, because she'll kill them. She's kind of a murderer, but okay, enough about that. Okay, so next we have some Borelli blue opals. You can tell because they're named this because of the male's color. There's one male right there. Oh, he's scared.
As you pointed at him, he took off. I know that would.
They're very skittish. Well, ours are. Are they wild caught?
Those were wild caught originally, but it's kind of on the top tank, so they don't get much interaction unless we're feeding them or cleaning the tank or whatever.
Or putting your face up in the...
Yeah. They don't like the camera being stuck up there. They disappear.
They go poof.
There's actually like 30 or 40 of them in there.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, now he's coming out.
Yeah.
Look, there's two.
Don't point at them. But yeah, the kind of the yellow-orange ones are the females, and those are in breeding color. So there's actually about 3, I think I counted at least 3 females
That are breeding.
That are breeding right there, and a couple of them are actually already guarding a clutch of eggs.
Okay, so next we have this tank. We got these. No, I'm just disappointed that these fish keep bumping their heads on the glass. They don't look pretty. Okay, so these are rare rainbow fish. Dumb rainbow fish.
Pretty but dumb. Yep, that's rainbow fish.
Their name is Cunier. Cunier rainbow fish. Very rare. We go next, we have Corys.
Yep, Corydoras. What kind?
Corys.
Adolphi. I think that Adolphi.
Adolphi,
yeah.
Okay.
And
some of these tiger endlers that we've been working on. We got a lot of endlers that we've been working hard on, like a few years. They came to perfection. Okay, next we have we bred this female. Beta. Female beta. I was about to get to that. I presume she's a crown tail.
What else is in that tank that's kind of hiding? Well, some of it's not so hiding.
Okay. We got too much of it. Okay, so next we have these horrible line cherry shrimp. Horrible.
They were at one point really good line, but we let them go wild, so it's our fault.
Your fault.
Okay.
Okay, so you see all these snails down here? See all these guys? They're trumpet snails. Their numbers, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and how could I forget this fish? The amazing, not rare. It just looks like a leopard. Dwarf African catfish.
Petricola.
Petricola. Yes.
Close enough.
Last but not least, the Venezuelan red Corydoras.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 of them in there.
Yeah, the problem with these guys, they don't breed. I love them, but they don't breed.
Well, I'm sure they're breeding in there.
They just eat them.
They're just eating as fast as they're laid.
Do you want some popcorn? It's our own children. Okay. Okay, so these nets fish tank. We have quite a few fish, but
What size of tank is that? 55 gallon.
it's a tank.
Just okay. Go ahead.
Okay, next we have these monster neon tetras, size of a cardinal. Oh yes, they're really big. Okay, the other fish we have lemon tetras. I don't know which one's the not dominant one because they're really colorful, like a lemon.
Yeah, they're really hard to sex because they pretty much look the same.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that's a female. That's really fat. Dude, I'm a male. I just eat a lot. Okay, so the next fish, I love these guys. They're really cute. They're big but cute. Siamese algae eater. These guys are really good for ponds, for cleaning and stuff, and doing your work that you're supposed to do. But they do it for you because they're nice. Other fish, the last fish, I don't know if you can see them, but they're tiger ottos. They're named this because of their pattern. Also, eat algae. Okay, so this is the last fish that we could see, Polka Dot Corys.
And what are the butthead fish in that tank that is a love-hate relationship?
I hate them. They mess up the most best tank that we have, best ever tank. But they're just like, oh, we're gonna mess it up and breed for no. Wait, we don't breed. We just the tiger loach.
Yep.
These guys, they're outlaws
Yep.
of messing up your tank.
And that tank is our planted tank, so it's actually got
Made out of dirt.
dirt bottom. And,
This is our only dirt tank, by the way.
Yep.
Only dirt tank. We got to do more because the plants.
But we won't put tiger loaches in there because they stir up the substrate all the time and make it cloudy.
Swear I'm gonna choke their berries. Okay.
All right, so my apologies. Michael wasn't feeling well. His levels were really high, so I'm finishing up with the voiceover. Here we have a 50-gallon, and it's got mutt guppies that started out as a pure line, and Michael wanted some Panda, dwarf Panda guppies, and I had them in a breeder box hanging off of this tank, and one of the males jumped ship and polluted my other line. So you can kind of see a male there that is pretty close to what the original line was. Big fins, really pretty. Anyway, so they're mud guppies now. It happens. So word of warning, keep guppies far away from each other or they will mix. And we also see there, I have some albino blue-eye long fin Plecos, and they're breeding. There's several different generations in there, and then also up front there you see a Corydoras on the bottom. That's a horseman's quarry. There's about 6 or 8 of them in here breeding, but you can see all kinds of the Plecos in here of the albino lemon-eyed long fin. That's a mouthful. Anyway, there's another couple of the horsemanny Corydoras. Love those guys. They're very pretty, very active, like all Corys. You can kind of see right there the male, that black and white. That's one of the Panda. It kind of goes to show the strength of the genetics because they keep popping up quite often in their breeding. So still quite prevalent, even though it's been diluted with. I think there's been about at least 3 or 6 generations since the pollution. But you can see here also in this tank we have, I think they're Dwarf 5 line Loaches. That's what they're called. There's many more lines on the side, but I think that's what they call them. There's 4 or 5 of them. You can see 2 of them right there. Hopefully they'll be breeding because I love those guys. They're very cool, and they're smaller than unlike the tiger loach or the yo-yo loaches or whatever they are that we have in the other tank. Alright, so next to that on the bottom is a 55 gallon. This is a true Aqueon 55 gallon. And not going to see a whole lot in this. There's some butterfly inlers in here. They're really cool type of inler. Just basically a line bred type from, I think, a black bar inler. In here I have some Green Dragon Plecos, and then also some L401 Plecos. And also a rare rainbow fish, which is hiding. Hopefully I'll add some footage if I can get them to come out. There's 5 of them in there, and I think they're called Melitania calitimbuni. And we got those like the other rare ones we got from Dan's Fish on Get Gills. So thank you, Dan. But they're really cool. I'm hoping to get them to breed. If I can't get them to naturally breed in this tank, then I'll probably move them out to another tank where I can specifically try and breed them. Trying to get a view of them, but they're just not coming out from behind that hornwort. So, and I don't want to remove too much of the hornwort because we use those. We take it out for the ponds. So I'm kind of letting it grow in a couple of tanks, and this is one of them. And then we'll strip out most of it and move it into the tubs. Alright, so in part 1 I mentioned the grow out tank that had originally been designed for the Petricola dwarf catfish breeding tank, and that's this tank, this 20-gallon tall down here, and it turned into a dwarf rainbow fish grow out tank. And I haven't counted them. There's got to be at least 100 of them growing out in here. They're up top here, they're down below the grate, and they just always are hungry. Up top, I think in part 1, I did a video on this one specifically, a nano tank using a 40 breeder, and I think it had went green on me. So, or I think maybe the lights went out too in part 1. So, sorry for the glare. It's doing really well. There's lots of plants. I have some plants growing up top just to get them used to it before I plant them. And then right in front here is a future project. Kind of been collecting the pieces, have it hardscaped. Yeah, so this is kind of a crypt. And I forget what the name of it is. Maybe I'll post it up here. We're not really focusing on the plants, but that's a pretty cool plant. It's related to a crypt. So that's about it for part 2. I really appreciate everybody being patient with us. It's taken a while to get this out, but with working full-time, maintenance on all these tanks, and then trying to get Michael involved because he really wants to, but you know, as I think I'd mentioned before, he's type 1 diabetic. He's been dealing with that. He's been going up and down, and so he's kind of in a hurting unit right now. So he couldn't finish out this video, but we needed to get it out, so that's what we're trying to do. So I appreciate your patience, though.